I don't know. I think it was this. I don't know if she's your cousin or so, but I think it was Jennifer.
Yeah, no, she's my sister-in-law. Is that what they call me?
Yeah, I think she's the one that kind of told me about you at first. So I think she had reached out. She was like, "Hey," but it was like I think it was like two. Ya como ya tiene
Ya tiene un rato, güey. Sí,
Yeah.
I remember we were trying to get un episodio, but we couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it was just scheduling.
It do be that porque al principio, yo con mi trabajo también. I mean, it's hard, right? Sometimes like
For sure.
No puedes. And the first. Ya llevo un año con esto. 2 años actually.
2 años?
Yeah, 2 años.
Damn.
And no sé si decir like I started like losing interest a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Not losing interest because I still like to do it, bro. I just didn't take it as serious anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yo te iba a preguntar because I mean, we were just gonna go ahead and start.
Right. Go ahead.
I know that you because when we wanted to do the podcast, you were doing music. Correct. I don't know if you still do music.
Yeah. No. Well, I haven't made anything just yet, right? But what I do plan on doing is perhaps a lo mejor hacer más música, pero más como how do I say it? More mainstream.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like if you take a glance at the music how it is now, everybody has the same lyrics. They just say it in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of just got more. I lost interest too. I mean, to be flat out honest with you, music was something that I really love to do. At some point, I feel like I'm gonna come back to it, but I think I'm gonna execute it way more mainstream level.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, if you're looking at big record labels, they're not signing an artist that sounds like every other Joe that's in the criteria of rap music, right? So what I want to do is basically try to find an established module where we can definitely I'd say hit the levels that radio play bangers. I'm talking about like something. Now don't get me wrong, example, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like Drake is the one that kind of set the standard of how the music industry is supposed to be like. One, because I mean, not only does he have his hard trap shit, but I think that he has that house music as well.
Oh yeah.
He has like R&B songs, and it's just more of a sense where people don't get tired of him. Oh, yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right, Mau? I don't know about you, right? But as me as a jit, I remember basically being on MTV as a kid. I don't know if you ever got ready with the MTV on, and obviously the first song that I ever heard from Drake was Successful. That's the song that I've heard for the first time by him, and I think it was with Trey Songz.
Yeah,
right. It was right. So it was really, really like eye-opening to see that majority of that niche is really more mainstream than it is like like don't get me wrong, he does say some vulgar stuff on every song, but it's more in the sense where if you take the music that one has made, it's really more about like, oh, I'm the hardest, like if you come after me or some shit like that, and I'll kill you, whatever the case may be.
I'm definitely with you. I think Drake is a really good artist. I used to be a fan of him, and I thought he was one of the best until I started listening to J. Cole. I think. I mean, I listened to Kendrick too, but I never really got into Kendrick, and I bring up Kendrick because of the whole thing.
No, yeah, for sure.
But J. Cole, I mean, to me, he's the best.
Yeah.
Although Drake, me gusta que Drake he goes into all these things. He started like hace música con Aventura, con Bad Bunny. So it's there like, you go. Is that artist that's versatile and like he's gonna go from this to that, and I'm like, that's pretty dope as an artist. I mean, who doesn't like that? A lot of people are against it though. They're like,
for sure.
He wanted to like be on everything.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Like a vulture culture is what they say, right? Yeah. A vulture culture. Now, I think the only critique that I could tell people when they call him a culture vulture would be like, look, the whole goal of to become the best artist in the world would to be genuinely get in every market right? Because I mean, you got Puerto Rico. Well, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., right? But what I'm trying to say is this: like, if you go to Puerto Rico, they're gonna know Drake. If you go to Colombia, they're gonna know Drake
everywhere, bro.
You know exactly. So that's because he touched each and every one of those artists genres, you know. And obviously, from that being said, it was more of, you know, him wanting to just be more exposed to kind of like, I don't mean to go off topic by this one, but if you think about it, Nicky Jam didn't blow up in his home country. You know, he blew up in a whole different country that basically was like, whoa, dang. Yeah. So those are like the kinds of things that one has to kind of look at whenever like you're trying to choose the career and the pathway to the music that you're trying to do, you know. But yeah, man, I mean, what would you say?
I don't get why people call him that. I feel like everybody benefits from it. Dude, everyone that's made a song with Drake benefits from it. Like, correct. You know, it's like I mean, Kendrick, whenever this whole battle was going on, he kept saying like, you know, that he was stealing from the culture. But I was like, dude, there was so many rappers that benefited from him that had like one hit wonders from him, and they got money from him, and it's not like he was benefiting from them. He was just like, you know, like maybe he was kind of like grabbing some of their well, how would you say it, like their
royalties. Or no, I could tell you, like, the one that I could tell you that was really kind of just more like, damn, that's fucked up, was I think the I Love McConan Drake's issue, like Tuesday. Yeah, there you go. Because whenever that happened, I think Drake was more in the sense of trying to sign him, but only to basically write music, like, I guess, dedicated to the genre and aspect of like, hey, you're signed to OVO, yeah, you gotta write for us. Or and I think like McConan, what he wanted to do was kind of expose himself as his own individual artist, right? Yeah. But obviously, I mean, hey, you know, business is business. I think what happened was that Drake blackballed him, meaning kind of just like didn't let him release music. Yeah, right? Kind of just wanted to keep all the gems to himself. And I think what happened was that, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong though, right? I think what had happened was that McConan basically wanted to obviously, I think it was with Sony Digital at first, and Sony basically showed that song to Drake, and Drake wanted to hop on it, but he told McConan, hey, we're gonna make this song, etc., etc. You know, it's kind of like whenever as a contractor you go over to somebody's house. Well, I'm not saying that I do this, but I've seen contractors basically go to the people's house, and they basically just get started on the job and not necessarily telling the client what's really the price at the end, right? They get hit with a magnificent set of pricing at the end of the job, and like, whoa, what the fuck? So, and keep in mind, I mean, I'm talking about like if this contractor came into like be like, hey, I'll give you the best bid, etc. And
when they start charging like gas,
correct, you know, and shit. Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, bro, I didn't even ask you to necessarily like really start, because I've ran into those issues, man, where you know, it's just people, and they just basically do the job, do the work, and then at the end of the day, it's a whole different price. I'm like, whoa, hold on, buckaroo. But yeah, man, I don't mean to get sidetracked with that. I was just giving you an example of what I'm talking about, where Drake was really more like, hey, you know, I hopped on your song, but you still have to pay me, or we take over this song as an individual, as basically Drake owning it, and pretty much, hey, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't pay for it, we're gonna take, you know, the song. Yeah. And I think that's what happened. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that either. Mm-hmm. I just remember hearing about it. But I mean, there was a shitload of artists, bro, that kind of benefited from Drake and Migos. I mean, I heard of Migos. Yeah, there you go. Actually, no, I had yo había escuchado Versace before Drake, but I mean, they kind of blew up because of him. Right, and and there's there's videos of a lot of artists that were like, dude, I'm here because Drake. Yeah, Drake kind of brought me out.
And that's exactly where one knows, hey, this is where credit's due. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But you got those other fuckers. Like, I don't know. I mean, to keep it real with you, bro, with the whole Kendrick and Drake beef, I think what Kendrick really did for Drake at that point was to basically bring out all the people that basically have animosity towards him, right? Because obviously, out of nowhere, all it took was one. My apologies. All it took was one person to say something, and pretty much you got Future, you got everybody. Sorry, bro. you know how it gets with the Caguamas. Yeah. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is this: you see that all it takes is one little bootlicker, then you got a bunch of bootlickers basically bashing him, demonizing him, trying to say like a bunch of foul shit about him, right? Which I mean, I'm a genuine believer that like, hey, if something's not on paperwork at the court, etc., or like if there's an actual allegation towards him and it's not like in trial or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't necessarily like just say, oh yeah, he's that, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's no paperwork of anything that Drake could have really done bad, right? As Kendrick portrays. Now, I'm not saying that I'm like on 100% Drake side, because obviously I've seen
some things.
I've seen some things, right? And I feel like that's just everybody. Every human, everybody has their own flaws and good. Maybe like in your past. I mean, Mau, I'm being honest with you. I'm the villain in people's story, and I'm an angel in somebody else's, right?
Yeah.
So what I want to say is this. I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever had in even growing up, middle school, etc., if you had those friendships that kind of just fell off due to just animosity.
Damn, bro, no, bro, I've never had. Even with this, dude, I've brought so many people here that are like the haters, and like, you know, like I got people like, you know, like some people commenting on my shit, like that I should stop. Like I've had musicians here and artists, and they're like, dude, I have people like telling me to quit. That like, you know, like my shit's not good, and then I'm like, dude, that's crazy, because I've been doing this for a while, and I've never
encountered anything like that,
bro. Or maybe like people maybe by themselves, maybe between them,
right,
you know, never,
definitely
heard of it.
No, yeah, but like me, in a sense where like and one thing that I've kind of overcame was like, stop trying to be a victim, right? Having that victim mindset, because again, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I know you guys are gonna clip this, right? But pretty much it's more of a, like I'd say like, just because you had a bad life doesn't give you the excuse to kind of be a shitty person, right?
Yeah.
So what I can say is this. I mean, I've had flaws, Mau, definitely. I've had you know, fake smiles turn into death wishes, etc., right? And that's just what happens over time, especially for the shit that one can do. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like it really just depends on the person. Like maybe you just kind of just and again, I'm not trying to assume it like that, right? But what I'm trying to say is this: maybe you stay to yourself. Other than the people that you bring here, etc. I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like 9 out of 10, like you're already kind of like an adult to the point where like friends, like, you know, there's no points.
I've always been like that, bro. I've always been like that. No. My circle. It's funny because, you know, it's like a cliche, like, oh, my circle's small, but like I feel like I'd never let anybody too close to me.
Yeah.
And this is thanks to ChatGPT. Used to the therapist.
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is some trauma stuff that I had since I was a kid. And I've said this a bunch of times, but I'll tell you, bro. When I moved here, my mom brought me, and I was 6, and I had a whole life over there, bro. I had friends, I had family, and
you're from Mexico?
Mexico City, bro. So I got my mom brought me here, and you know, you don't know shit, you don't know nothing. Well, I didn't know anything, right?
Were you Ciudad or
Ciudad? No, okay. But still the language, you know, it's still pretty big change.
I heard the Ciudadanos were like a little bit more racist to the kids. I
have no idea, bro. I don't remember much from Mexico, but I know this. I know I was brought here as a young, a 6-year-old, 5-6-year-old. Me metí a la escuela, and around that time, my mom would move around a bunch due to money. You know, if it was cheaper to be this apartment, we'll move to an apartment. If it was cheaper to be, so that made my mom move me schools a bunch.
Gotcha.
I mean, I was telling you that I went to Webb and I went to Lanier. I went to Reagan. I went to Dobie. I went to Pierce.
You went to Dobie?
I went to Dobie. Yeah. For a few, like not like half a year.
You were just bouncing.
Yeah.
Nah,
so
gotcha,
so I ended up figuring out that I didn't make friends. I mean, I knew people. I knew a lot of people, but I didn't really connect with people because in my head I knew that I was eventually gonna move, so I didn't really get close to anybody.
Gotcha. You kind of just felt like, hey, all right, nah,
like, why?
Fuck
Yeah,
this
like,
shit. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna move back, bro. Fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, like, why will I be friends with these people if eventually I'm gonna move somewhere else?
Te va a doler más.
Yeah.
Are you more like, I can say like, are you more like spiritually connected with people? Like if you get close to them?
Oh, bro. I feel like. Okay, at the beginning when I started the podcast, it was selfish for me. It was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this to get people to talk to me. Dude, I'm good at talking. I've always been good at talking.
For sure.
I feel like I can connect to I can connect with people to like a certain level, you know, like I don't get too deep. I don't, but like there's something about me wanting to connect with people. But at the end, dude, after it's like I forget it.
No.
Like I tell people, they're like, we're having a good time, we're drinking, and then by tomorrow, I'll probably forget this connection, and I'll be like, okay, well, it was just an episode. So it's really weird, right?
Gotcha. It's more of a sense like, oh, it's just business.
Kinda.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Although I do appreciate people's time, and I do appreciate that they, you know, they
show up, they come over here, and pretty much give you the basically, you know, the podcast.
And I learn from them. A lot of them have, you know, I listened to their stories, and I'm just like, dude, that's something that I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember if somebody told me this.
No, yeah,
like in my head, it's like, somebody told me.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I genuinely feel like this one's gonna get a little bit. You know, I'm not trying to be ahead of myself. Hey, but you know, I mean, we have that discussion earlier through text, and I feel like that's what we're gonna be doing. In a sense where I think, you know, right now what's been going on has been really intrigued me to come out here and really speak the truth, right? So what I can say is this, Mau, like, you know, what I feel from you is genuinely more of a you want to be able to connect with people, but not necessarily like, it's kind of like me and you right now. You don't know if I'm gonna be able to perceive you as a friend even after this, right? Like perhaps, like, you know, you and I don't know each other, bro.
We don't.
We don't know each other for shit. But what I can say is this: obviously, we followed each other for a while now, and I'm pretty sure there's things that maybe I posted or you posted, etc. And maybe sometimes, you know, we didn't have the opinions on it as proper as kind of like I think one time Now I just want to bring this up, bro. It's not an issue, right? But I think one time I had posted, you know, college is a scam, etc.
Oh yeah,
and obviously, like, don't get me wrong. I think you had slid up and you were like, hey, you know, that's not the story for everyone. You know what I mean? Sometimes college does work out for other folks, right? And I totally felt like, you know what, maybe I'm being a dick. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is about it, bro, it's just like more of me trying to tell people that there's better out there.
Of course,
you know, it's and also one thing that I always get critiqued by is, oh, hey, you can't be shaming 9-to-5s, etc. But it's really more in a sense like, I know there's definitely better for pretty much everybody, because I mean, Mau, I'm gonna be honest with you, I failed 2nd grade and I failed 8th grade.
Oh yeah,
bro. Pinche bola de pendejo, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me to sit down next to my class, bro, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and this may hurt my class, bro, but if I put statistics side to side, I can tell you right now, bro, that majority of those folks, bro, that had animosity towards me, bro. Now again, I'm never gonna bash a individual that's working you know, good living. You know, I mean, maybe some people just want to, you know, go home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, that's me.
You know,
me,
but like, I genuinely get that, but of course, I'm only gonna put my 2 cents in to those that are working on the farms but are talking shit about me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more in the sense, bro. Like if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, and that's only triggering me to necessarily like, all right, fuck boy, like I'm gonna give you a little taste, you know, now, like. But again, I don't bash people. I don't necessarily talk down on people for like their average living. I only talk down to those that are basically have their 2 cents to say to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you're giving what they're giving you back.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. But like if I were to run into somebody and tell me like, oh, like I work at McDonald's, bro, I would never sit there and like make fun of them or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like let's just say they're manager at somewhere like Walmart, Target.
Hey, they get paid good.
You know, they get paid good. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I will never sit there and bash them. But I will bash one if they're talking shit.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta basically put them in their place. Like I think now don't get me wrong, yo. You know, I've seen some people. Now I got into this altercation with some dude. And I was gonna basically put you in his shoes, Mau.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna put you in his shoes in a sense where that way you like again, you don't know me, and I don't know you, so you're able to basically tell everybody right now.
Yeah.
Hey, nah, bro. You know what? You fucked up. You had no like, and you could tell me straight up, man. I make it a safe place for everybody to talk. You know what I mean? A safe place. Now, let me give you the situation that happened. Okay, Mau. Let's say right now you know you decide to open up a company, all right? But you have the workers, okay? You have the workers, but the only problem here is that you don't have the job flow, the lead flow, the clients, the
hard thing.
Yeah, the hard thing, right? Yeah. So, but again, then you have somebody like me that knows how to market, knows how to basically talk, sales, pretty much just do all the like shit. I think what I was doing for him, not that I think, this is what I was doing for him, was basically making sure that everything was lined up, making sure that we had estimates, making sure that we had jobs closed. That was what I was doing, right? So, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. But look, listen. Let's say again, you have the job. You have the people, right? But I have the head, like I have the brain to basically get all these jobs locked up, etc. All you have to do is basically go do them. And you know, you'll get paid, your workers will get paid, right? But it was more in a sense where like I had some issues going on family personally wise, right? Now I had told them, hey bro, I have money for an apartment, or if you want, bro, we can make your garage an office. Why? Because I don't know, one thing about me, bro, is like if I watch something and I kind of just were like, if we do it, bro, like we're for sure gonna like perhaps like be good business partners. But because why? Because Apple and some other companies, bro, that are now like way up high here, where do they start, bro?
Yeah,
in the garage.
In the garage.
In the garage, bro. So that's that's where everything came from. You know what I mean? Now what this guy portrayed was that like if I asked him to go live with him or anything like that, no, I told him, I was like, hey bro, I have money for an apartment. Do you want me to make the garage an office? And he said, let's make the office. Oh, sorry.
You're good. Oh.
And pretty much what had happened was like he was just like, hey bro, I have the people. You know, you have the knowledge to get clients. Why don't we team up? You know? And in my head I'm like, well, I mean, I already have my painting business running, right? I already have my landscaping business going. But I feel like, hey, you know what? Why don't we make our own company, you know, as together, CFOs and CEOs, right? So, hold on. And pretty much what I can say is this. Okay, I'm getting jobs, right? Now, I'm gonna get to the topic of contempt later on, but just hear me out. So I'm over here, you know, again, like I said, locking in jobs. And you're gonna go do them, right? Keep in mind that you have me in your garage, right? You have me in your garage. You offer me, hey, bro, you know what? I don't think you staying in the garage is a good idea. Why don't you come inside and take up one of my rooms? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like already like, bro, I already know how this is gonna go. If I go in there, your wife is not gonna be able to do her. You know what I mean? Obviously, your kids are not gonna feel comfortable, you know, doing things, right? So I'm already like ahead of it. I'm already like, bro, I'm not gonna do that. But he insisted. Why? Because I think we did some inspection on his garage. He had some black mold going on, right, on his garage. And it was a shed garage, you know, it wasn't really attached to the house, right, or anything like that. But he had some mold, and obviously me being in there kind of just affected me just a tiny bit. I started noticing whenever I would wake up with heavy congestion, heavy, bro. I'm talking about like heavy.
No, that's what mold does.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think I got derealization from that shit. But anyways, back to the story. Again, he offered me to go inside, and I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm already like fucked up from the black mold, right? But we're still working together. I'm talking about like he's still going to do the jobs. I'm still doing, you know, at the office, making sure that everything's getting done. I'm setting up appointments, etc. Right now, keep note. It became a situation, bro, where I stopped focusing on my painting business because he does painting, right? So if I have a painting business, why like you'd ask me, why did you stop painting, like working for your own company, you know? But that's because, again, me and you are in one entity.
Yeah, of course.
One business. So that means whatever client I get is your client now, right? Now it got to the point where I'm over here already like getting to the point where I'm like, dude, it's just me locking up jobs. You know what I'm saying? You're not really putting in your part. I see that you're just basically chilling and waiting on me to kind of just lock up a job, right? Which he agreed that he would basically also get his jobs, right? Because he wasn't necessarily new to getting jobs, but he just didn't have the consistency of marketing and the consistency of being back to back on those types of clients. Maybe he will have one once a month, right? So it became a situation where he finally came back to me. He was like, oh, bro, you know what I mean? I locked up this job. You know what I'm saying? And then in my head, I'm like, oh, wow. You know, you got us our first job. Like our first job, like in the sense where like more in a sales vibe. Like, oh yeah, like sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, you got us our first job. You know? And then he looked at me kind of like, the fuck? What you mean our first job? I got my workers. I don't need to pay you off this one. So, bro, I don't know what happened, bro. And again, my mind just altered, bro, into like, all right, he's how do I say this, bro? Like, my mind just altered, bro. And ever since then, bro, like ever since he did that shit, it became a situation, bro, where like I just didn't want to be associated with that anymore. Why? Because now I see how you're rolling. You were basically piggybacking off me and getting all these leads, all these jobs. I even stopped working on my own business because we're over here in this together. Yeah. So now again, I'm taking you back to everything, right? Now, whenever that had happened, keep note, I'm over here putting him positions where he just needs to be there at the job site, making sure everything goes good. He has his workers. I put him in positions where he's making $1,500 passively. Just him basically making sure that the client's happy, everything's happy, right? Everything's good. He's still not doing any hard labor, right? He's not doing any hard labor. Why? Because I already set aside the budget for the guys, right? You calculate their days, etc. Whoop-de-woo, right? And we want to make sure that we push for that actual finishing date. But anyways, long story short, bro, it was more of it being like, all right, you're just basically, like I mentioned, piggybacking off my leads, off my clientele. You're whatever client that you get, you're not trying to pay me anything out of it, right? Now, and then obviously from that, I'm like, all right, then fuck you. Like, it's all right. Like, I'm gonna just start, you know, basically doing my own shit now again, right? But keep in mind, in his head, we're in an entity as well. So whenever like I'd go see a job, etc., I had a CRM, and he would see that shit. He'd be like, hey bro, what happened here? Like, what's going on with this project, etc. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go do it. Oh, really? Word? Like, oh, you're not gonna have me do it? And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna just do that shit by myself. Like, you know what I mean? Yo me jalaba, güey. Like, you know, solo. Si nada es más feria, güey. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing about me, bro, is like I can work. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go tell me, hey, paint this whole house, bro, yo te la tapeo, te la preparo, todo eso, you know, and then we'll spray this bitch the next day, right? And it became a situation, bro, where like I'm already feeling off about him. Like after he did that shit, I'm already feeling off. So anything that he would do, bro, like would annoy the fuck out of me. Like just in genuinely like, now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm a good guy, and I feel like I'm gonna get to it right now. But look, again, I would put him in positions where he's making $1,500. If you're making $1,500 off of me, bro, and you have supplies, right? Let's just say tapes, caulking, etc. Off the jobs that I've gotten, etc. You know what I'm saying? That are left over. And now you're trying to basically make it seem like if I'm digging in your shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is from, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is from our past jobs, bro. Just because you did them and all of a sudden that you kept, like, you brought them with you doesn't mean that they're necessarily yours. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's some material, bro, that 100% was, like, here before those jobs. And I totally get that. I'm not touching that shit. But obviously, bro, these rolls of tapes, this box of caulking, etc. Right? It's not yours, bro. It's not yours.
You guys were friends?
Yeah, we were friends, bro. I'm talking about from Jits, bro. Like Jits. I'm talking about like his mom caught us genuinely smoking paper in the shed, bro, which was crazy to me, bro. That shit happened, right? Now, and I feel like most of it came from his girlfriend contempting him. Do you know what contempt is? Or Look it up, bro. And you let me know what... Look it up, bro, and you let me know what contempt means. Like, to contempt your partner.
Contempt your partner.
And read it out loud, bro.
Te voy a preguntar a ChatGPT.
Yeah, read it out loud. Read it out loud, bro. Read it out loud, bro.
A ver, contempt your partner. Showing disrespect through name-calling, mockery, sarcasm, and hostile humor. Conveying a feeling of superiority.
Exactly. Now keep note, bro. I'm over here with him and his wife, like 100%. Now his wife would contempt him. His girlfriend would contempt him in front of me, in a sense where like she's calling him stupid. She's calling him like,
oh damn, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, como she would tell him like, oh, you should be doing that, bro. If my girl, I don't know, bro. If my girl would have done that, bro, to me, I would have spazzed. You know what I'm saying? Which I could feel him from a point of view, but that's not my fault for him to feel some type of way towards me, right? Because it seems like to him it seemed just like, oh, anytime that I came around, she wanted to put her 2 cents in and be like, oh, tú estás un poco pendejillo para hacer eso. You know what I'm saying? Like to be on you know what I'm saying? On that type of shit. And I'm like, bro, that's not my fault. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own skill. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not his fault. It's not my fault. What I could say is like the contempting side of her would basically put like almost, how do I say it? Like a burden with me and him.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can understand why.
Yeah. So, and again, keep note. He was out there on the job sites, and I was basically at the office, quote unquote, garage now, right? Fuck boy. But the garage was basically where I would make the calls. I'm cold calling, bro. Houses, bada bada bang, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Rebirth Exteriors. Hey, I was just calling because I see that your roof is a little bit torn up, etc. You know, would you like a free estimate? And we landed this project with this remodel, actually, via cold calling. And what happened there was that, keep note, we have the same jackets, bro. We're rocking the same entity, branded, etc. We're in this bitch together. You know what I'm saying? This remodeling project. Once shit hit the fan, because he had promised me that he was gonna basically be able to take care of this draw, like this scope of work, right? Now the investor, right? Keep note. He had told me, my buddy, right? He had told me, hey, bro, don't worry about it. I'm going to go make sure that we take care of that, you know, bada bing, bada boom, right? Now, again, he's my friend, bro. I don't have to sit there and try to manage another man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect him to necessarily be the responsible person. And, like, once I have you in a job, or, like, we have a job together and you're there, like, there's no reason for me to necessarily, like, be in there, right? Because, again, you're the project manager. You're out there. You're making sure that basically pretty much everything is good. Until we can get somebody to take your place, one of us has to either get the clients or basically be out there on a job site, right? Do you know how to get clients? No, he doesn't. Do I have the people? No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? He had the people, I had the clients, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't we put that shit together, right? But anyways, back to the story. I had locked up this remodel job via cold calling, and he basically was like, hey, you guys can start, etc. Whoop-de-woo. We're in the same shirts, same everything, branded, doing this shit together, picking up material together, etc. Right? Now, again, he had told me that, hey, bro, don't worry about it. I'm going to do that scope of work, and we'll get paid that week, right? So keep note, it's a Friday. I'm like, okay, we got to do payroll, right? So I go charge the investor, hey, for this amount of work. He goes in there. He's like, dude, this shit, it looks exactly the same way that you guys had left it for the previous draw that I gave you. Like from that scope, doesn't look like anything else got done. So in this dude's eyes, it looks like I'm trying to basically finesse him, finesse the investor out of his bread. That because of like payroll. Now, don't get me wrong, his guys did work 2 days on some shit, like, you know, Windows, installed like 2 Windows, 3 Windows, etc. Right? So I was like understanding, like, okay, well, my guys did it work at least 2 days. Could we get their payment? He said, fuck no. Like, and it's in the most. Now again, I can say that real estate is where white people can have their fucking dirty game, bro. They can play their dirtiest games there. And I apologize if I offend anybody, but white people, bro, they take real estate like if a YN was to steal, you know, pretty much everything around his way. But he genuinely was like, I'm not paying you. Why? Because X, Y, and Z is not done, and you guys left it how it was when ABC was paid for, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I totally understand him, right? But again, that made it seem in his eyes, and he still believes it to this day, that I was trying to basically manipulate the situation for him to pay me still, regardless, even if the work was done or not. So that caused that issue. He basically fired us, and basically there was some debt in the table, right? So he comes up, my buddy comes up to me at the time. He's not my buddy no more, right? He's like, hey, did we get paid? I was like, bro, I'm pissed as shit. I'm pissed. Like, I'm pissed at you, bro. I don't want to talk to you right now, right? He's like, why? He's like, bro, Lau doesn't want to pay us because of you didn't go do the shit. You told me that you're going to go do it. You didn't do it. Now he doesn't want to pay us. And I know for a fact, bro, you're not going to be man enough to take this loss with me. So I got to figure out how I'm going to pay your guys before you start looking at me like a scumbag, right? So again, keep note, I'm already telling him, bro, because of you, he didn't pay us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in this shit together, bro. Entity. Same, like I mentioned, same shirts, same everything, bro. And yo cuando tomaba fotos, güey, él también sacaba su celular a lo güey, también igual a sacar fotos del material, everything that we were getting. You know what I'm saying? So,
like for the stories?
Yeah, pretty much just to like show like, all right, we're in this shit together, right? And he ended up basically trying to frame me in a way that I owe him. I'm like, fuck no. Like, I don't know your shit, bro. Like, if you want to take a loss with me, we're gonna take the loss together because we're the same entity. There's no, oh, your own, or like ahora que like shit hits the fan, now you want to catch pink, bro, and not necessarily have anything to do with it, right? Now, and obviously from that being said, bro, it just became a situation where I'm already feeling something off about him. Because of like how I mentioned, he got his jobs. He was getting his jobs, bro, on the side, bro, and doing them on the side for his own well-being, right? But again, he was, like I mentioned, he was piggybacking off my leads, off my clients, you know. And I genuinely thought that any job that he would get as well, I would at least get maybe 10% of it, or maybe something, right? Because I'm over here putting you in a position where you're making $1,500 passively, not necessarily doing shit. You're just making sure that their guys are doing it right. There's no complaints. Client ask any questions, you're there to answer on the spot. So again, I genuinely thought, bro, that he would basically, do the same for me. Put me in positions where, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? At least go get the material ready. Like, make sure that you, like, hey, Manuel, make sure that you order all the material at least. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm good and set in stone for these jobs. But nah, bro, it was just more like, fuck you mean? Like, this is my job. I have the people. I can do this shit my own. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, bro, like, I kind of just like, it had burdened me, bro. I was just like, bro, fuck you. Like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be around you. I kind of just wanted to really much gather my belongings and kind of just like head out, from there. But I was just like, I'm not gonna be too dramatic over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna thug it out until rent's this month's over, and then by the end of the month, I'll have somewhere else. Right now, it all started because I genuinely wanted to start something in the garage. That was just my biggest thing, bro. I always wanted to make a garage an office, right? Now, and then obviously what he did, bro, was after this, bro, and it happened recently, bro. He had basically made a public post demonizing me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he basically was like, oh, Manuel is alleged, whatever the case may be. I think he said I'm a rat, leech, etc. and stuff like that, right? I'm like, bro, look, first of all, bro, a lot of those people, bro, that sat there and enjoyed that shit, I can tell you, bro, 9 out of 10, bro, a lot of them are doing way worse than me, bro, in the sense where, like, again, they're the ones, those are the 9 to 5s, bro, that have to say something about me, right? So I got to put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your boy Fredo. I don't even know why I take, thought into him, because, I mean, bro's just literally like, and no disrespect to the other ones, but I'm talking about Fredo specifically, bro. Like, bro's like, I think from what Justin had told me, bro, is that they saw you, bro, literally, bro, holding up a stop sign with slow and go. You know what I mean, bro? Like, I'm not beefing with nobody, bro, that does that shit. Like, I'm not taking no 2 cents in, like, from those type of people, right? Because, again, those are the ones that, like laughed at that shit. Yeah. So I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, te la tengo guardada, güey. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, it's going to be like, it's a face-to-face. Now, again, bro, I'm not a drama person. I don't like drama. I really don't. I genuinely don't. If I were to tell you straight up, like, if somebody were to bump into me, bro, downtown, I'm gonna genuinely be like,
of course,
you know what I'm saying, like, stuff like that. But I feel like once people get to me, they gonna see that side of me, right? Because, I mean, I had old homies basically as well contact him, like, and say, oh, this and that, like, he tried to find me, he's just a problematic person. But, bro, listen. I'm gonna put you in another situation, bro. Now, listen. Okay, am I your friend, bro? If we're together, right? I mean, not necessarily like that, you know what I mean? No homo, right? But what I'm trying to say is this, bro.
We're homies.
Yeah, we homies, but we're in the group of people, right? We're around a group of people, right? Well, I'm talking about, like, let's set the age gap to, like, maybe 19, 20 years old, right? Or maybe 18, maybe
we're kids.
17, 18, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's put ourselves in that position real quick, bro. Listen, am I your friend, bro, if I'm steady punking you around your other homies? Like, if I'm over here, like, like, hey, fuck you, like, hey, say some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Trying to punk you in front of everybody, right? Am I your friend?
Nah,
right? Exactly, bro. So that's what happened, bro. And a lot of these people, bro, now they have something to say about me, because once shit actually got real on the table, they're the ones, bro, that look like a punk bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I was just like, well, what's up, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's box it out. Yeah. It was more in a situation where, like,
oh, he a troublemaker.
Exactly, bro. Like, or it's bien problemático, güey.
That's what I mean. I feel like that's what bullies do, bro.
Exactly, bro. You know what I'm saying? They manipulate the situation. Am I right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I can understand that, bro. I feel like, and let me tell you what I think, bro. I don't really like putting myself in other people's shoes. And I mean, from what you're telling me, bro, it sounds like you were the victim. But of course, you're telling me your side of the story. The only problem that I have with people that have issues, bro, is when they, instead of talking it out with you, instead of like him like telling you all this stuff to your face, he went online.
Correct.
I feel like that's the first mistake that you can make. Anybody an adult, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like it's a kid's. I used to do that, bro. I did it. A mí, yo tuve una ex que también me quemó en Facebook. I mean, dude, we were like, what's 18, 19? I'm telling you, it's kids things. For me, right? I feel like we're still kids at that age. I'm 32. But I feel like if you have a problem with somebody, you talk to them. You directly tell them to their face, hey, bro, I feel like you're a leech. I feel like you're you're doing all this shit. You don't go online. I feel like you don't go online, bro. And I feel like that's what whenever you were talking about the college thing that I commented on, my problem is not that people have opinions. My problem is that they take it online, bro.
Gotcha. Noted.
When you have a problem with somebody, I feel like you do have to. I'm okay with people like giving their opinions on stuff. I mean, I understand. I feel like college is kind of like a scam. I understand that point of view 100%, and I understand a lot of people that have say things. But I do feel like when you have a problem with somebody, you have to address it with them. Yes. Directly, right? Especially if you're telling me that you guys were a company, if you guys were partners, bro, you can't do that.
Correct, right? So listen, and now, and this happened recently, bro. I caught him at a Home Depot. And the reason why I even knew he was there, right? Because I walked out, bro, and I see somebody staring at me from a truck, and it was this girl. And I'm not saying like I'm some like handsome dude or anything like that. To the point where she's looking at me, she just kind of looked at me like, oh, I know who he is, right? So I caught that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that means that boy is here. So I waited for him to get to his truck. And I confronted him, not in the sense like, hey, what up, bitch? Like, nothing like that, bro. I was like, hey, bro, either we talk it out like a man, or I slap the shit at you. You know what I mean? Either or, right? So he chose he tried to ego me, try to be like, oh, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and try to hop in this truck. But I was like, bro, it's either I slap the shit at you today, or I slap the shit at you some other day. So obviously that got him a little bit more intrigued to what I was saying. And it became an altercation at Home Depot. And obviously, bro, like if I'm gonna fight, bro, I'm gonna make sure that the other man wants to fight too. Like if I already see like you genuinely just don't want to fight, I'm not gonna sit there and go out of my way to try to fight you, right? Want to know how I know like if somebody's not trying to fight, bro, is if A, they're backpedaling, and B, they're just kind of like, how do I say it? If I'm in your face, bro, already. Like, just swing that shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'll eat a couple, an unexpected punch, bro. I'll eat that shit, you know what I'm saying? And then we can go at it from there. And from that being said, bro, it was just more like, if I attack him still, it's no longer mutual combat. It's assault, bro. I'm not going to put myself in that position, you know what I'm saying? To get, like, eventually caught up in a bad position where I'm like, now I'm losing twice, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, it's more of a... like, how do I say it? He just didn't want to give credit where it's due, bro. And I didn't want nothing from him other than, hey, bro, like, thank you. Like, you helped me out a lot. Pretty much.
Oh, damn, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much all I wanted, bro, from him.
See, I feel like for me, bro, like what's... De esto le pasa a mucha gente, güey.
Sí, güey.
De esto le pasa a mucha gente. I had an episode with this... the owner and the CEO of ¿cómo se llama su compañía? Fuck, I'm gonna look bad. Tires to you. She has a tires company.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And she was telling me, bro, literal lo que tú estás diciendo, güey.
Sí, güey.
She had a partner, and the partner ended up keeping the company and kicked her out of her. Like she started everything,
what she
bro.
built, right?
Yeah,
bro, that's exactly what happened, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. Like I mentioned to you, bro, cuando él publicó eso, güey, a mí me enseñó, güey, cuánta gente, güey, tiene animosity, güey. Animosity is a really, like, comparison, bro, is the biggest fallout, bro, that somebody's ego can have. I don't know if you heard of that or not.
Yeah, no, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So, like, and I feel like majority of those people, bro, that had reacted to that shit and tried to share that shit, bro, just kind of had some feeling towards me, bro, because obviously, you know what I mean? Like, como que yo, bro, that I felt second grade, bro, and I felt third grade and eighth grade. My fault. I felt second grade, bro, and eighth grade. ¿Cómo es posible, güey, que yo, güey, o sea, hice algo más captado, güey, para agarrar más, how do I say it? Like, just get rid of that 9 to 5, right? Now, again, like I mentioned, bro, it's just really towards those people, right? I don't mean to disrespect nobody that's doing an average living. But it was just more like, dude, ellos sí me tienen envidia, güey.
Sí.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect somebody else. I respect somebody to tell me, hey, bro, like, I'm tired of doing what I'm doing. I want to get my own shit going. And I'll sit there, bro, and like free tip it, bro. Like, I'll say, fuck it, bro. Here's what you got to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that you online, you share a lot of
business tech.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, bro, keep note. If you go do that right now, bro. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. I think the number one complaint that I've gotten from people that I've showed that to is that, oh, bro, but like, even if I put 150 in, it's charging me now like $76 for hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah,
I don't mean to disrespect you.
It's all right, bro.
Espérame. Hold on. I'm here. Hold on, let me call you right back. Bye. So with that being said, man, it was really more like, damn, bro, like, oh yeah, my fault. I got sidetracked. So look, the number one complaint that I've gotten from that bro was like, oh, okay, kid, even if I put 150 in, I still gotta pay like $76 per customer, right? Now keep in mind, bro, I've had one customer from those $75 that I've spent per lead turn into a job that's like como like they just accidentally put one room that they needed done, but you go in there y quieren que pintes toda la casa, güey.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? So think about it. You spent $75, bro, to make $4,500, bro. Come on now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, don't get me wrong. Había compañías allí, güey. And I think I started Thumbtack whenever it was in its beginning peaks, right? Because I remember when I first started, bro, it was like 5 companies on it. But now you go in there, it's like it got saturated, right? Now, there's other ways to get clients, bro. That's just my number one, bro. To if you want to start today and get a client by tomorrow or something like that, you basically invest in that, and you'll have clients you'll have something to go look at, right? And now, one thing that I've always told people is like, when you're first starting, you don't have the reviews to back up that you're worth. Oh, hey, te cobro como 8,000 para pintar. Yeah. Bro, they're gonna look at you, bro, like, get the fuck out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The door's right there, bro. And that's what I tell a lot of folks is like, just get your foot in the door. Build up those reviews. Then later on, whenever you got like 34 reviews, etc., whatever the case may be.
Start, yeah.
Ya les puedes meter la verga, güey. Decirles, hey, no, ¿sabes qué? Pues si no quieres, pues.
Yeah.
Mucho tu pedo.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I think that like, if you're able to spend $1 and make $4, you know, kind of like I mentioned, if you spend 75 and you make 45, you know, it's a good ROI.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, that's a love and hate relationship, bro, wherever, porque también, ahí te dice Thumbtack, no es mi pedo si al caso no agarras el jale. It's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? And te lo dice bien firme ahí en el blueprint, bro. Yeah. Like, it's not my fault if you go get if you spend money on a lead y no lo ganas.
Yeah.
Porque not only are they sending that lead to just you, but they're sending it to 4 other people, right? And it's just more of a sense where like they gotta like you, bro. I've made more businesses like. I mean, I made more business with people just because off the boat that they like me, and not necessarily saying that like I came in cheap or affordable, etc. I've been expensive, bro, and they just go with me because like the charisma,
that, bro. Yeah,
you know, the charisma, and I think that has a lot to do with that, man. But I mean, you give me your take on that, man.
Let me. I feel like, bro, like the only thing that you could do better is just to be honest, just moving on, bro. I feel like it took you a while for you to be like, okay, I don't really care about this dude. I learned from life, to be honest, to not hang on to things, right? I mean, you're mentioning a lot of things about like, oh, like I'll you know, les voy a regresar lo que me están dando, and anybody that like gives me shit, I'll give them shit back. And I learned that lo opuesto, way, the hate is not. Lo opuesto de love is not hate, and lo opuesto de hate is not love. If you really wanna get at somebody, I feel like it's always been, for me, it's always worked to kind of ignore them, bro. I feel like blocking them out of your life has always worked out for me a lot better than like being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like, you know, get them back, or not get them back, but you know, you're like feel some type of way about them.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody that does you wrong doesn't deserve any energy from you.
Gotcha.
And I say energy, I don't really believe in energy, but like
I know what you're saying.
They don't deserve for you to like think about them, bro.
Gotcha. They don't I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like you should just be like, okay, this person did me wrong. Cool. Like right. Now I can move on. Now I can, and to be honest, I learned this from exes. You know, like, because exes did me wrong, and I could have been like, you know, like, well, with one of them, I kind of did messed up. I ended up like messing around with her friends, but like, I felt bad too, you know, like, it's like, let's not. Why would I do this? Like, she had so much, or like this person, these people have so much power over me that I feel this type of way, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it either,
bro. I don't like it.
Yeah, so like I started being like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm gonna move on. Like, once somebody does me wrong, I'll just forget about it. I'll be like, fuck it, like, you know, you got me, you got me good.
Yeah, for sure.
Good for you. It's never gonna happen again. Right. No other person is gonna, like, I'm pretty sure now you're gonna be more cautious. Like, any other person that comes to you and tells you like, hey, let's build a partnership, you're gonna be like, okay, well, let's set some rules. Let's make sure, like, you know, things don't go that way. So it's more of a lesson. Yeah. From what you
correct.
You know, so like even if you see them at Home Depot, just, I feel like you shouldn't even just like, you should just ignore them. It should just be like any other stranger. Just be like
type shit. I see what you're saying though, man. Yeah. Like, I fuck with you, bro, because again, you don't know me, bro. You're laying it down, bro, like as it should be, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I could say about that is like, you're right, bro. I'm definitely trying to. Damn, pinche caguama. But what I feel like also. Now I don't want to contradict it, right? But it happened more in a sense, bro, where not only did he set that image, but he also set that image for a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Right? Now, and like you mentioned, if those people feel some type of way towards me, fuck it. Just let it be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're not paying my bills.
Oh, yeah.
They're not doing shit really much for me, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I can see where you're coming from, man.
It's all. I feel like it's all about knowing the type of person you are, bro. Because I was telling you, like, I had an ex blast me on Facebook. Yeah, like
how did it go? How did it go?
She just well, we have broken up. And again, it's like you're saying, bro. It really plays out like you said. I feel like everybody's the hero in their own story. Correct. I feel like everybody like sees things and they're like, I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. So like we had just broken up, and she like she had a key to my apartment. She walked in on me, and I was with another girl, but we had broken up already. And she just blasted me. She's like, "Oh, well, yeah, bro." And then a lot of people, like you said, like a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, like,
oh yeah."
And to me, it was just like, well, whatever, you know, like whatever these people think of me, it doesn't matter, you know,
right.
Because there's so many other people that you can.
Gotcha. And I'm about to say something right now, Mau. And I promise you, bro, because this one's gonna get a little bit more not on the ego side, bro, but a little bit intrigued, right? Because obviously a person that just got blasted on Facebook, they're gonna come out. He's on a podcast. They're gonna try to see what he's talking about, right? So look, bro.
Shit, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But like one thing I can tell you, one thing I can say about this, Mau, is like this: you have to develop that rough skin, because not only will it just be 80 people talking about you here and then now, right? But at some point, Mau, like your podcast is gonna be one of the most known podcasts.
Oh yeah,
and from Austin, because not only that, bro. Now I've been in other podcasts, bro, like Austin We Up, etc., all that stuff.
Saw that.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel more of a different vibe here. You're not necessarily fishing for just anybody, right? You kind of just you have your pick and choose. Like I think one that I could really I really love, man, was whenever you did the interview with Rich the Mac.
Oh, bro, fuck, I love Rich the Mac.
I ain't gonna lie, because one time I think I had just clicked on a random live one time. I don't know what happened, man, but I think my algorithm on Instagram was like a little bit weird, right? So I just clicked on a random live one time. And I told Rich, I think Rich was with a bunch of other people, right? And I told him, I commented, I was like, hey, play this song of mine. Ever since then, bro, like he was just like really like, damn, you know what I mean? He fucked with it. and he had ended up following me, and I followed back. I really want to at some point make a song with him, but I think when that right now where he's at is kind of more of a R&B, flow, which I genuinely love of him, right?
Hey, Drake,
you know what I'm saying? So like, but obviously those are criteria that I can't necessarily touch, right? I think everybody has their own niche in within music. Like mine, maybe his may not be trap or whatever. Maybe,
bro. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I've his last album, Life Goes On, really good album.
Yeah, I heard it.
He has some rap in there too. Like it's not all R&B. So like, I mean,
no, I fucked with it. I genuinely have listened to every his the whole discography. I said it wrong.
You're good.
Anyways, his whole catalog. Yeah, wait, me está pegando, güey. Pero mira, I've heard his whole catalog, and one thing I could say about it is just more like, damn, like it's polished, neat.
Yeah,
he's just he's the definition, bro, of what mainstream needs to be. And I have a funny story actually. So one time, me and him, right, we went to go to Drewski. I don't know if you remember, right? Yeah. But one time Drewski had came to Austin. It was me, Rich, and obviously, bro, we both got obliterated by the I think they were basically interviewing us, and they obviously had told me, hey, nah, bro, like you get out, you know what I'm saying? And obviously we all ended up in the same boat, but they were just trolling, bro. Like, yeah, obviously they can't necessarily like, they want to put up an act for pretty much everybody else, and just kind of go from there, right? So that was pretty funny, man. I fuck with Rich, very humble person, very humble, and I want to be
really good artist, bro.
Yeah, really definitely, bro. He's definitely one of my top 10s right now, actually. So, and I think one time, during the Drewski shit, I was just like, bro, you gotta fuck with him, bro. He looks like Jack Harlow, like in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who Jack Harlow is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, bro. He kind of looks like him, but not in a bad way, bro. If you're watching this, bro.
Not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way, bro. You 10 times better than him. But man, he genuinely just Rich shines, bro.
No, yeah,
he shines. He shines.
I've made a few videos. Not just about him, but I have a few other artists that have been here that I'm just like, it's crazy. It's so crazy how, and you were mentioning mainstream. I feel like I don't want him to go mainstream, bro. I feel like mainstream be ruining kind of, or like you have to know how to navigate those mainstream what is it, feelings or like all that attention, all that, because like I feel like a lot of people just don't know how to, and then they end up like being like a one-hit wonder. And bro, in español y en inglés, yo he tenido aquí a lot of artists that I'm just like, bro, y'all are really good, and I feel like it's because y'all are just so humble. Yeah. And once you go mainstream, you start getting money. I feel like you start just like
being a dick.
Not a dick, but like you get lost, bro. I feel like money does that to you.
Yeah, it does get.
We get lost. I mean, we're talking about you were talking about your friend. I feel like that's what money does that too.
Yeah.
It's just all about like, well, I want more money. Like, why should I share it with this guy? Why can't I just keep it all? And it happens. It happens a lot. So that's why, like, dude, yo tenía una compañía también. Yo tuve una compañía for like a year, and I made good money. But I not only did I make good money, but like I wasn't spending time with my family.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work.
It is, bro.
It's a lot of work.
I'm not gonna lie,
so I was like, you know what? Like, no, like it's not for me. You were mentioning about 9-to-5s. I love being a 9-to-5, bro. I get paid good. I get paid good though. I've been working with this guy for 14 years. So like
maybe it's time, bro. Like to genuinely tell him, hey, like. You know what I mean? Hey, wait, como just ask me to project manager. You be
no, bro. It's too much, bro.
Oh, no.
It really is too much. I like having my own time. I remember when I used to have even a project manager. You get
you have to take that shit home. Like you gotta work at home.
Yep. I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to be with my family as much.
Now, yes, you do have a point, bro. Because there's times, bro, where I'm like, fuck, like I gotta go back and make an estimate.
Or like if your crew fucks up, who has to go fix it? Like at 9 in the morning. Yeah. Like in the morning or at night, you're the one that has to be there because it's your company, it's your name. So like to me, it was just like, okay, my wife had just had my babies. Yeah.
¿Cuántos tienes, güey? ¿3, güey?
Tengo 3 hijas, bro.
All girls. Hijas, güey?
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, bro. We'll get to it in a bit, but bro, listen. But when my daughter cries, like, bro.
You have a kid?
Yeah, I have a kid.
Nice.
Bro, instantly, bro, my heart drops.
Yeah,
like, when I hear her cry. At first, it wasn't like that. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Obviously, whenever I first, thought about being a dad, I was like, fuck no. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, so like, but then like overall, like, man, I love my daughter, man.
No, yeah. How old is she?
She's 4 right now.
Okay, cool, bro.
What about yours?
Mine, I have a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Yeah?
Yeah, good gaps, bro. Like,
¿Se pone celosa la de 10?
No, no, not really, bro. Not really. It's just I mean, we're gonna switch it up, but like being a parent has been a really good journey for me, especially because I have an amazing wife. Shout out to my girl.